Hey everyone, it's Clint. Welcome to Sweetcast. I've got a lot on my mind right now. The thing is, I've been streaming so much on other people's channels, it's been difficult to find time, in addition to streaming, to make my own video content. And that's just because, I've got the campaign running right now, and so there's a lot of stuff going on. All right, so here is the thing. I've been thinking a lot. I feel like I can be a little bit more open now about my plans for the future and where I see a route ahead. And that's because the announcement came out that Alterna Comics will be publishing Downcast. And so, that was something, like, obviously I had to keep a secret. People would always ask me about, hey, do you think it's a good idea to crowdfund a book and then move it to bookshops and sell it through the direct market after the fact? Is that a good idea? And I'm like, yeah, I think it's a good idea. And then people are like, well, why aren't you doing it then? It's not that simple, but it's doable. It's doable because I'm doing it, right? I am doing it. So this is exciting, but it really is a learning process. I've been so transparent on this channel as much as I can about my thought process. I put an awful lot of thought. Some people might even say, my wife would say, I put too much thought into all the specifics and the little details and dates and times and all these kinds of things. I'm not always right, but I try to be very transparent about it. All right, so comic shops. Comic shops exist. I understand that comic shops are going through a really tough time. The direct market is going through a tough time, but the direct market still exists. It is still selling comic books through the direct market. I start thinking, this is my thought process, but I go to a comic book shop and I see barriers to entry because I'm not the type of person that's getting every single book or getting dozens of books every week or even just every month. For me, it was always like I get trade paperbacks, but I will go and follow like one series at a time. I haven't been following a series through a comic shop, and a lot of that is because I've been spending money on crowdfunding campaigns. No regrets. Hashtag no regrets. Still enjoying that. I'm still going to do more of that, but I do want to be following books through the comic shops as well. So I think I'm going to be following. This is just a mini series, but I'm going to do this one, I think, because I've been digging the Hellboy stuff actually lately. That's been enjoyable. I got Thor #1. Read both of them. I would have got Thor #2. They didn't have it, and I don't know. I'm actually more interested in this Frankenstein one. Sue me. All right, so here's the thing. We know sales numbers have been better, all right? I know that they've been worse, too. Things are generally have gotten a little bit better. Now, the future, like, we're not out of the woods yet as far as the industry goes, not by a long shot, but as long as people are still selling comics in the direct market, I think it's a good idea to be there. I might have a different opinion this time next year, and if I do, I will let you know. But that's possible. I could change my mind, but I don't 100% know until I am there. So I'm very fortunate, very happy that I am going to be in the direct market. Downcast is going to be published there. I'm also very grateful that crowdfunding has been proven, at least for me in my case, to be a sustainable method. Not only that, it's been like a good platform. And I feel like if you have been watching this YouTube channel for a while, I know I hear people say this, but that there's some kind of joy that you get from almost living vicariously, so to speak. That might sound a little weird, but it's true. Like, everybody wants to reach that dream of getting your book into a comic book shop. And if you backed the campaigns, you gave me that opportunity. So I appreciate it, and I thank you. And getting in the comic book shop is not about wish fulfillment. It's not about seeing my book on the shelf and needing that. I think getting my books printed and signing them and shipping them out to people, that was really, really rewarding. And that is as rewarding as I can imagine the publishing process. Getting books into shops, I think, are important to set a precedence that I am not blacklisted because I have an opinion or because I hang out with the wrong people online. If I blacklist myself, that there we go. That's a self-fulfilling prophecy, and that would be a shame. And so I was looking at a lot of information. One of these videos I looked up, I've been watching some old ones, and this one was from Comic Artist Pro Secrets. This is Ethan Van Sciver from 2 years ago. This is January 2018, and he was responding to Vox Day, and specifically Vox Day's blog. It was kind of interesting to look into this stuff because I didn't really know what was up back then. I was just doing my own thing with comics. But it is interesting to hear this is, Ethan when he was still, it sounded like working at DC Comics, and he had some opinions about the direct market and about crowdfunding. And I don't know how much of his opinions have changed, but this is an interesting outlook. So he's going to be, he's basically talking to Vox Day right now and disagreeing on a couple points. I want to play a little bit of this for you.
Here's where we disagree. Number one, your comic book is not helping the industry in any way whatsoever. And the reason why it's not helping the industry at the moment, as far as I know, okay, and you can respond to this and tell me where I'm wrong. You are not being solicited through Diamond. Therefore, your comic book is, if it is a runaway success, okay, you're not enriching any retailers who might want to take a risk on you. This industry is held together by hundreds of comic book stores, which are small businesses all across the country. And those small businesses need to have the opportunity to take a chance on your comic book and buy it from you for maybe $2. I don't know what you're selling it. Say you're selling it for $2.99. I can't really say. $2.99. They need to buy it from you for $2, and they need to be able to make $1 off of your book. And
all right, pause it there for a minute. He said that retailers need to have the opportunity to get your comic. Not that they need to get it. They need to have the opportunity to get it. And I think there's a lot of ways that opportunity can happen. Right now, Diamond is the traditional method that everybody is using, comic shops are using, in order to have an opportunity to get comics in their shop. Again, there's other ways. I want there to be more ways. But my question is, and again, all of this is just, I'm just kind of thinking out loud. So let me know what you think in the comments. But how is the comic industry different today in 2020 than it was in 2018? There are a lot of the same problems. I could probably point to a few differences, and that is there are fewer comic shops today than there were 2 years ago because they're shrinking. They're going out of business. I keep hearing about it all the time. Comic shops going out of business. My goal is not to save the comic shops. I think there's bigger problems at play. For me, I think an important goal for me as an indie creator is to be able to, have the opportunity to be out wherever comics are. And if comics are only being sold online, I'm going to be right there selling comics online. If comics are sold through the direct market, I'm going to be there selling comics through the direct market. And if comics are being sold at comic conventions, I'm going to be there. Obviously not everyone, but I'm going to still be there. I'm going to be participating. Because if I am not allowed to work in this industry, again, because of who I associate with, or because I have opinions and share them on YouTube, I'm going to call your bluff. Somebody's going to have to make me not participate. If I'm admitting that I can't participate, then therefore that's my fault, right? That's my own problem. I think try it. Gain more, as a writer, the advice I would give anybody, or that you'd be getting from professionals in the industry, is they'd say, build up your portfolio, get some work under your belt. Crowdfunding's amazing. I'm going to keep doing crowdfunding. But I think a lot of people, the reason that you back my campaigns is because you want to see an effect on the industry. You want to see something happen. For me, my crowdfunding campaigns have been a platform. They've been a foundation to build upon. I don't know where it's all going to go, but I think it would be a shame if I didn't try everything I possibly could to make a mark on the industry. All right, let's see what else he has to say.
And at the moment, it seems the only person who's making money off of this in any real way is you. You're paying your creators, which is good. But they're going to get paid anyway. wherever they go. They're talented creators. You need to find a way, if you want to save this industry or change this industry, if that is your goal, you need to find a way to make it so that you are also enriching retailers. And at the moment, as I said before, you've got 2,000 fans who donated a large amount of money to you. How's Amazon doing? Is that, are you selling a lot of books through Amazon?
I doubt it. I doubt it. I don't know how many books you can sell on Amazon, but Amazon is a tough nut to crack. None of this is easy. None of it is easy. It's difficult to get one person into reading comics. I know, because I try to get my wife to read comics. She'll humor me. It's just difficult. So when you have people that want to read comics, wherever they are, however they're getting comics, I want to reach those people. So here, this just got me thinking. It was kind of just interesting. I don't know. I really like Ethan Van Sciver. When I listen to his older videos, I feel like he sounds a little like me, like a little bit more timid or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Come on. So I would be interested to know how have things changed for retailers. I don't feel a responsibility to retailers, and I have heard some people online talking about this alternative deal as though it's some kind of he cares about retailers. That couldn't be farther from the truth. I care about retailers, but that doesn't motivate basically anything I do. And that's, this is capitalism for you. I'm more interested in the fact that there are readers there, just like there are readers online who are watching YouTube videos and who are backing crowdfunding campaigns. And if that's where readers are, I want to go find them. Now, I don't know. We will see what happens. I'm going to obviously show you everything and let you know. Maybe this is kind of a weird, different video. I think I'm just up late and I've been stewing on this stuff for a couple days now. But I guess it's just a podcast vlog. I don't know. Just some of my thoughts. So let me know what you think about the direct market and what are your hopes for the future? If you're creating comics, what are your plans for the future? If you're a comics fan, what are your hopes for the future? I know that there's a lot to criticize in the comic industry, and I'm going to continue doing that when necessary. But I want comics to exist. More than anything else, I want this art form to continue on. And yeah, I want to be a part of it too. So I'm going to take a stab at it and be at least another competitor in there. And if I'm not allowed in, I'm going to make somebody not let me in. It's not going to be because of something I'm not doing, to my utmost to get in. So Downcast Rise and Fall is still on Indiegogo. Right now we're at 21,062. If you've not backed it yet, please do. Know that, yes, you're getting high quality. You're getting a premium book. This is the prestige format. It's going to be even thicker than this one. And I'm going to be trying to develop this more and add lots of extras, goodies that's going to make the crowdfunding part of this really special, but also know that this is the foundation for us to make a mark on the industry. So thank you very much for listening. Appreciate it. Like, subscribe, whatever. I've talked enough. All right. I will talk to you later. Bye.